Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bull and Burley. This is Caleb. Thanks for joining me again. I keep breaking my camera lenses and stuff. So, things look a little weird because we're using different lenses today. So, here we are. Rummaging through my shelves back here the other day and came across this can that I completely forgot about. It's been opened on my shelf for over a year in my workshop. So, we're going to crack this thing open and see if it's even worth trying to smoke. I only ever bought one can of this, and I don't remember what my impressions with it. But today, on this Thanksgiving Day, if you're in the U.S., happy Thanksgiving, by the way. This is what we're going to try out. I'm going to go ahead and have a bowl of this and see how it all works out. I don't remember my impressions. I never wrote anything down, but I loved the way it smelled. I remember that. That was about it. All right, let's dive into this. Warhorse Green. What is Warhorse Green? Warhorse Green is dark-fired Kentucky burley, dark air-cured and matured red Virginia. So it has a lot of the darker leaf in it. It's a dark leaf blend with a robust. I don't think it has any topping. I'm not seeing any topping. From what I can remember, it doesn't have a topping. But all the leaves in this are nice and dark and murky. So it should be a very robust blend. I don't really remember smoking it, but I definitely remember the smell. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, the smell. It's got a very distinct, of all the tobaccos I have and have tried. Of all the tobaccos I have tried so far, this is one of the more memorable smells. Other than Silem's Black. Wow, that stuff is potent. This, yeah, it just has a rich, kind of almost molasses smell to it. And I think, oh yeah, it's definitely a little on the dry side after sitting for a year. But I don't know that it's too dry. I don't remember why I just set it and forget about it. Yeah, it's still got a little springiness to the leaf, so we might have got lucky here. Let's try it out. I am going to pop it in my Peterson Christmas 2022. It's the one with the copper on it. I just got this year, so we're gonna. I have a bunch of it that's already flaked off here, and I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to cut into the plug, because if the plug still got moisture on it, that's a nice dense plug too. It smells good. It's like what is that? It smells like tobacco. The good stuff. I've seen a few reviews over this over the year or so, last year or so, but nothing really stands out as an all-time favorite to me. Like, oh, this is an all-time favorite. I don't remember a lot of people talking about it that way, so let's jump in and find out. Happy Thanksgiving again to everyone. My favorite time of year. If you're like me, you're waiting patiently on the food to be done so you can get in there and get to it. It's the hardest part of the day, just waiting on the pies and cakes and pies and all that wonderful stuff to be done. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I don't know what to do with you. But here's a fun fact. The first Thanksgiving was not actually in Massachusetts. The first Thanksgiving was in Berkeley, Virginia, 20 years before. Hold on. So, dark, and I may be wrong, just my opinion, just my recollection, but the dark-fired Kentucky is a burley, from what I understand, right? If it's not, somebody let me know. So this is a burley-based blend, I would assume. I didn't actually look it up online, so I don't know. Okay, I had to go back and research this a little bit, just because it's been so long since I should have researched it to begin with, but Warhorse Grain uses the same base tobaccos as Warhorse Bar, but with a unique and decidedly more aromatic top note than the original. There are notes here similar to European tobaccos, but made in the U.S. gives singular Euro-style blends a try. What did I think? We're going to try again. Okay, it's manufactured Sutliff Tobacco Group. It is a Virginia Burley blend type. All right, so calling it a crumble cake with an anisette topping or anisette topping or flavoring. So I'm assuming that's what that pungent aroma is the anisette. Yeah, it kind of gives it that dark and fruity taste. Dark and fruity. Oh yeah, dark and fruity right there on the first review. Dark, fruity, and tangy. Yeah, that basically sums it up. Dark and fruity smell, let me put it that way. Yeah, definitely tasting the anisette. One of those things you had to kind of get a taste for over the years of doing this, but yeah, there's a good burley base to it. Smoke's good after a year of drying out on the shelf. It's supposed to have some pretty good nicotine kick to it, so let's just pace ourselves. All right, well, I'm puffing on this, moving along here. What are you thankful for this year for Thanksgiving? Myself, I'm thankful that we still live in a relatively free-ish society where you can still enjoy a good smoke. Definitely some aromatic quality there. Where you can still enjoy a good smoke. We still have some of the more basic human rights somewhat available for the right fee. You can still pay for your permission slip from the government to do basic stuff that's a human right. Peterson system pipe, this is the 03. This is a very good hanging pipe. I've been puffing on this. I've been using this one for the last month or two since I got it, and I love the copper fittings and stuff like that. But I use this mostly for burleys and a Virginia every now and then, but I try to avoid putting aromatics in it. But this is a slight aromatic, I'm assuming, or a Virginia with a little bit of Virginia burley with a little bit of aromatic quality. So hopefully it doesn't ghost the crap out of my pipe. I'm thankful though for what I have this year, because you just never know how long that's gonna last in this world. Thankful for my family, my friends, good smokes, craftsmen that are making fine pipes still, blenders out there bringing us great tobaccos. So what are you thankful for this year? Leave a comment below. What is your Thanksgiving blend of choice if you have one? If you have a favorite Thanksgiving blend, and if you're not in the US and you're watching and you're part of the YTPC, what is your favorite holiday blend? What is something you always reach for this time of year? Maybe in one of the old staples, or maybe it's something that's like a specialty blend like Cornell and Deal does with their holiday blends and stuff, or all the other manufacturers that put out these special holiday blends. Interesting to see what other people say out there. What your opinion is, or what your go-to is. I've not been smoking a pipe long enough to really have established years worth of tradition in my rotation for holidays. So the anisette's kind of overpowering, the topping on this. Yeah, it's a little bit overpowering. It's not bad, but it has kind of a medicinal aspect to it. Warhorse Green. I think I'm beginning to remember now why I didn't smoke it anymore. I do like dark fired Kentuckys, and I do like red Virginias. I have enjoyed them so far in most things I've tried them in. But the anisette, I'm just not sure about. Let's look up what that is. I don't actually know what anisette is, so. Oh, anise, yeah, anise, the flavor, yeah, sugar, liqueur, or anisette liqueur. I think that's what it is. I think it's the anisette liqueur topping that kind of, it has that liquor, that black licorice taste and smell to it when you're smoking it in the retro hill, and I don't thoroughly enjoy that. I remember why I put it on the shelf now. It's crazy how the memories can come back to you. Those sensory memories from smell, taste, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's starting to give me a little A little bit of tongue bite, a chemical tongue bite. I think I've noticed with some of the blends that do have anisette, there's a floral note to it. There's like a fruity floral note to it. It's not bad. But I have noticed with some of the anisette blends and similar blends with some of those type of blends with typical toppings like that or whatever casings give me, I think there's a pH imbalance that causes a little bit of tongue bite. Warhorse Green. I don't think this is my favorite choice for a Thanksgiving Day plug. I remember why I bought it though. Because of the tin. I like the tin. This is one of those ones I bought because of the tin. Almost solely. I didn't read anything on it. I saw it. Smokingpipes.com or something like that. And said, that's cool looking. I want one of those. So I bought it. Yeah, I'm going to switch this out. I'm not finishing that. I saw your cousin last night. Would you calm down? I'm not gonna do anything to you. Carry on, you little fat bastard. What is it with all the porcupines around here? They start shooting more of them. Okay, wow. Warhorse Green. Yeah, that's a war. It's like getting kicked by a warhorse. They gave me the meat sweats, man. I had to clear my palate off after that one. Holy smokes. That one just has something in it that's... I kind of want to try it again, but not right now. Clearing the palate here with the old standby haunted bookshop. So since kind of got sidetracked here from the original plan, I had to break out a good heavy. I mean, haunted bookshop's got some teeth to it too, for nicotine and burley heaviness to it. But I'm starting to sweat. My goodness, I'm gonna have to take a minute. Maybe it's the coffee kicking in too. I don't know, because I just had a really stout cup of coffee, so might have overdid it a little bit there with my stimulants and my intake. Anyway, won't drag this video out too much. Just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone, happy holidays, and regardless of whether or not you celebrate Thanksgiving, blessings. Blessings on you and your family and your loved one this time of year. It can be a very lonely time of year for some people. Some people that aren't as blessed as like myself, I know I am. I got my family around me. We live in a nice, relatively safe place, and got a lot of guns, so that helps keep it safe. But we have what we need, more than we could ask, and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for my friends out there, for the folks in the YTPC, even if I don't know you. I pray for blessings over your life. Be a blessing to those around you. Reach out to those people who you know this time of year that might be a little lonely, you know? A good pipe, a good plug of tobacco, go a long way in easing somebody's troubled soul. Reach out there. Leave your comments below. Unless they are obnoxious, then I'll just block them anyway. But what are your favorite holiday blends? What is your favorite blends to share with people? This is the time of giving and sharing. Let's do that. I mean, what's your favorite blend to share, to send to people? I might do that. I actually might grab some of the comments. Here's what we'll do. Some of the comments that you leave. If you leave comments listing your favorite blend types for yourself personally of the year, or what you like to share, leave them in the comments below, and I will get a few of them over the next couple weeks and work out a system for sending them to some random folks, just as a blessing, just as a, hey, here's some fine tobacco to fellow pipers. And I encourage you to do the same. If you know other pipers in the community, friends and family that you have around, share something good, share something warm, share something meaningful, share a little peace and joy this season. And you know, before I forget, one last thing I'm thankful for: the ability to do what I love for a living. I'm a craftsman, I'm a knife maker, and I love that I get to do that. So for everyone out there that is my customer and clients, thank you. Thank you for making that possible for me. It means a lot to me. People put a lot of faith, a lot of their own hard-earned money into what I make, and I sincerely appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I mean, look at this place. This is my office. I get to come in here and work every day. How cool is this place? Thanks for joining me again. Good friends, fair winds, cool stuff.